Hey, Robin Waters for Tech.eu. I'm still in Amsterdam visiting Adyen, one of the local unicorns here. I'm here with the founder and CEO Pieter van der Does.
Welcome.
Thank you. What's Adyen?
What we do is we help global companies to collect consumer payments via mobile, browser-based, and what's new also via the point-of-sale terminals, so the in-store terminals.
Do you consider yourself a technology company first and foremost?
Yes, certainly.
How long have you been around?
Since 2006.
And have you seen the payments industry in general evolve? Probably yes, but mobile is probably one of the triggers. But how have you seen that evolution as a company?
What's interesting is that for the longest time everybody has been talking about mobile, and so already in 2000 people were talking about that there would be a conversion from the computer to mobile devices. It's only happening the last few years, and what you now see is that a typical merchant selling physical goods will do about 30% from a mobile device. And that used to be a couple of years ago only a few percent. So this is really a recent development, that it's material, that if you're an online merchant and you don't have a mobile presence, that hurts your revenue.
Yeah. So in terms of the technology that you offer to your customers, what differentiates you from your competitors or the big banks?
Rather than doing, what we do is we do all the payment methods that are relevant for a merchant. So that means that we have in many countries a local payment methods next to the card schemes. So that adds up to 250 payment methods worldwide. We didn't build that through a patchwork of systems, but we have everything in one platform. So that gives you the highest uptime, but we also have, because of that, more data. Why is that relevant for the merchant? More data means that we can see much better who is a fraudster and who is not, so we can avoid false positives, hence more successful payments.
Got it. Okay. I know that you only disclose part of your customer list. What are some of the reference customers that you can mention?
Facebook, Spotify. You have to think very careful which ones I can mention.
I think
KLM, Vodafone.
SoundCloud was announced, I guess.
Yes.
And so are these companies typically coming in for only part of the world or geography, or do they usually come in and you take over the whole cross-border transactions?
It depends. We see for many companies that we are the sole provider, because it keeps it very simple for them. Then they have only one financial administration which we organize. The largest ones go live with us per country, so they start in a region, say Latin America, where we're very well represented, or Europe for Americans, or the other way around, American for Europeans, the Americas. And then usually we expand to getting often 100%, but not for all our merchants.
Okay. So how many people are you now?
And we are 260 people.
In 10 offices across the globe, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see most of the growth coming from in the next few years? Both in terms of verticals, but also geography.
Geography, the United States remains a very, very important market. But it's always a complex question for us, because growth, you see that many American companies start with us, say in Latin America. So then the Sao Paulo office grows very quickly in terms of revenues. And we can attribute it to any country where we want, because it could be Brazil, it could be the US, depending on where the headquarters of the company is or where the revenues is. If you look at it if you look at the globe where the transaction originates, it's really representation of global e-commerce. So our map and the world map of where e-commerce is done is pretty good overlap.
Got it. So I mentioned in the beginning of the interview that you are a unicorn, that obviously because of the valuation that you received in the last funding round. Can you elaborate? How much did you raise and who from?
We raised $250 million. We had two new investors, General Atlantic and Temasek, so US capital and Asian capital. Not a coincidence. US market very important for us, and the Asian market is where we expand most rapidly, because we were already very good in Asia, in Latin America, in Europe, and in the US. So the Asian market is an investment market for us. US because that's where our customers sit.
Is there a reason that there wasn't any European investor involved in this round?
Yes, because we had a European investor, Index Ventures, and they expanded their share in this round, so they invested more.
So you have investors from all the big continents.
True.
Well, the important continents for you. Great. So how do you look at the Amsterdam startup ecosystem? Because you've kind of been a part of it since 2006 when you got started. And it's obviously changed a lot, but how do you see that from your perspective?
I think that we underestimate the number of successes that we had. You look at Booking is a great success, TomTom. It's where Travelbird is now a fast-growing company. So there are companies that really stand out. Not many people realize that. I think not many people realize that Booking is a Dutch company.
It's true.
So we haven't been very good at celebrating our successes because they were really there.
I think that's a European thing more than a Netherlands thing, but yes.
We like, yes, we like better the people that are trying than celebrate the people that achieved it.
Shame. So how do you, if you look at Adyen's place in the market right now, where would you like to be in 3 years?
We are very good at mobile.
But you want to get better
online,
still.
But we also want to get in the terminals in the stores, because we see there are a number of companies, especially say in fashion, the flagship stores, which are selling a lot online, so that's mobile and browser based. But they still struggle with their stores, because in the stores they sometimes have to work with 30 different banks because they're in all countries, whereas through us they can do it with one contract. So, and apart from helping those merchants, it's also cool to roll out new technology in that market.
So you're moving into the physical space.
Yes.
Does it also mean that you at some point would manufacture your own card readers and payments?
Unlikely,
systems?
No. We have different devices, but we're currently rolling out many Veriphones because it's a new product working with us. But then having the physical terminal of a well-known brand, which is tried and tested, I think it's a valid strategy.
Understood. Because of you raised this big round that comes with evaluation, that also comes with expectations from the investors. Do you see yourself at one point going public or getting acquired by an even bigger player?
If you see what we're doing now, so with this hyper growth, because we are about double in size every year. So in terms of revenue, last year, so 2013 was about 70 million. Last year, over 150 million in revenues for Adyen. And then the processed volumes are like close to 30 billion. Then it's not a very logical moment to do something, because if you are convinced that growth will be in the books in the next few years, then that's something to consider in, say, 3 years' time, where we stand and what's then the best strategy.
Right. But you also picked very patient investors. Correct.
Yeah, because we are building this up. We have a very experienced team that has been working together, and we're not in a hurry to do anything else than now expand things and work to make the product even better.
Great. Well, on that note, Pieter, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck with the company.
All right, thank you.